Here is what we know so far. First, Hillary Clinton clearly has serious medical problems and is receiving unknown or inexplicable treatments for it. Second, her health problems mainly manifest as speech problems, uncontrollable coughing, or inappropriate laughter, problems walking, and a bizarre tongue ulcer. Third, she is professionally and personally connected to Marina Abramovic, a bizarre performance artist, and therefore has a surprising number of connections to the occult and to the satanic art, magic ritual known as spirit cooking. Fourth, spirit cooking includes disturbing instructions to cut into one's own flesh, eat the pain, and mix bodily fluids like breast milk, urine, blood, semen, and even feces for spiritual drinking. Fifth, the usual assumption is that she has Parkinson's disease, or might simply be a functioning alcoholic who stumbles and acts out in public. But there is another possibility. According to Wikipedia, Kuru is a rare, incurable neurodegenerative disorder, aka brain disease, which was prevalent among the four people Papua New Guinea in the 1950s and 60s. Kuru is a type of transmissible spongiform encephalopathy, caused by prions, which cause abnormal folding of specific proteins mostly found in the brain. In this respect, Kuru is very similar to Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, CJD, better known as mad cow disease. Don't worry about the medical jargon. The point is that there is a very unpleasant disease called Kuru that is transmitted by ingestion of human blood, specifically the prions in the blood. These prions then cause more and more deformities in the brain's proteins over time, ultimately leading to death. Is a card from the 1990s role-playing game called Illuminati, which is debated to this day because many of its cards seems to predict current events in the globalist agenda. In any case, the term Kuru derives from the four-word Guria or Guria, to shake, a reference to the body tremors that are a classic symptom of the disease. It is also known as the laughing sickness due to the pathologic bursts of laughter which are a symptom of the disease. It is now widely accepted that Kuru was transmitted among members of the Fore tribe of Papua New Guinea via funerary cannibalism. Kuru causes physiological as well as neurological effects that ultimately lead to death. Neurological disorders, check. Bodily tremors, check. Laughing fits, check. Ritual consumption of human tissues, check. In the first stage of Kuru, victims exhibit unsteady stance and gait, decreased muscle control, tremors, and speech problems. In the second stage, the patient is incapable of walking without support and suffers ataxia and severe tremors. Furthermore, the victim is emotionally unstable and depressed, yet has uncontrolled sporadic laughter. In the final stage, the patient is incapable of sitting without support. Suffers severe ataxia, is unable to speak, is incontinent. Has speech problems, is unresponsive to his or her surroundings, and develops chronic ulcerated wounds. Ultimately, an infected person usually dies within 3 months to 2 years after the first symptoms, often because of pneumonia or pressure sore infection. Pneumonia? Why, yes, that's exactly the explanation that our campaign gave to the public after she froze up and collapsed in New York on 9/11, or, as one journalist noticed last year. In pop culture, the zombie apocalypse in the video game Dead Island is blamed on an aggressive type of Kuru that causes skin degeneration as well as psychotic rage. Ironically enough, some years ago, Hillary herself noted the connection between violent video games and cannibalism. Is any of this 100% conclusive? No, I admit that, of course. But it does remind us of 2 bits of wisdom. First, the outside gradually comes to reflect the inside of a person. Over time, our thoughts and our habits impose themselves on our physical appearance and health. So if a person is filled with lies and dark thoughts for decades, it will manifest in her appearance. An internally corrupt or rotten person will inevitably show external, bodily corruption, as well. Second, we can run from our actions for a long time, but eventually the consequences catch up with us. If Hillary ever had ingested the ingredients in spirit cooking, not even she is above the law of consequences.